Hi, readers. I hope your research is going really well in your nonfiction reading. Yesterday, we talked about how researchers can take notes that follow the structure of their text. And we learned about two different text structures. First, we learned about boxes and bullets, and that's when we put our main idea, our subtopic, in the box, and then the supporting details as the bullets. We also learned about sequential, and that's when we have a main idea or a subtopic, and then we talk about the steps that happen, right? The first thing that happens, the second thing that happens, and so on. Today, we're going to do a little bit of extra practice, focusing specifically on boxes and bullets, because this is a really important strategy that we will continue to use throughout the year and in years to come in your reading. So let's recap. To recap boxes and bullets, we're first going to watch a video, a BrainPop video about main idea. So let's check that out because that will be helpful to remind us and give us a little bit more information about main idea.
You wrote a paragraph? Roller coasters move in different ways. They can loop upside down. Some twist and turn on the tracks. Others rise high in the sky and then drop suddenly. No matter how roller coasters move, I love feeling the wind through my hair. Moby, you don't have any hair. But this is an awesome paragraph. Your main idea comes through loud and clear. What is a main idea? The main idea is the point of a piece of writing. It can be a big idea the writer wants to get across. The main idea of your paragraph is that roller coasters move in different ways. The topic sentence tells the main idea and lets you know what the rest of the paragraph will be about. Let's see. Your topic sentence is, roller coasters move in different ways. But there are other sentences here that help explain them.
So sometimes researchers, when you're looking for a main idea, sometimes there will be a big pop-out sentence that tells you the main idea. Other times we have to use clues throughout the text or use the headings and subheadings to help us.
Main idea. Why are supporting details important? I know that a detail is a piece of information, and when you support something, you hold it up. Your paragraph has 3 supporting details that describe how roller coasters move. Roller coasters can loop upside down. Some twist and turn on the tracks. Others rise high in the sky and then drop suddenly.
So this is similar to our boxes and bullets. Here is our box with the main idea, and the bullets are the supporting details.
It's easy to find the main idea in one paragraph, but books can have a lot of paragraphs. How do you find the main idea in a nonfiction book? I know that a book can have one big main idea, and each chapter has a main idea that supports the big idea of the book. And those chapters have paragraphs with main ideas that support the chapter. I think the main idea of this whole book is that making roller coasters takes a lot of science and planning, and there are a lot of details to support that. But that's nonfiction. So, how do you find the main idea in a story? This is a great story. The main idea? Not sure. But I can find out by looking for clues in the story. In the story, a girl goes on her first roller coaster. She has butterflies in her stomach and wishes she had never gotten in line. But her big sister promises to hold her tightly. And she winds up having a lot of fun and doesn't even need to hold her big sister's hand. I can look at the supporting details to figure out the main idea. The girl was nervous.
So sometimes you kind of have to go in reverse order. You have to think, what are my supporting details and what idea is this all coming to? What is the main idea that these all support?
Wanted to leave, and her sister helped her. Right, Moby. The main idea is the girl gets over her fear with a little help. I bet she loved feeling the wind through her hair. But you still don't have hair, Moby.
All right, so I hope that video helped you understand main idea and supporting details a little bit better. I'm going to show you one more time reading a passage from, as you know, my topic of study, which is frogs and toads. Here we go. Ooh, I'm flying everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to read a passage and then I'm going to try and do main idea, supporting details, and boxes and bullets with this passage. So, I am reading about frog and toad homes. Frogs and toads live almost everywhere in the world, except where it is very cold. They stay in cool, shady places when they are hot. They sit in the sun when they are cold. Some frogs and toads live in holes in the ground. Some live in ponds and lakes. Some live inside flowers or rotting logs. Some even live high up in trees. Okay, so I am going to do my boxes and bullets of the main idea about frog and toad homes. So remember, I'm not just writing my main idea as frog and toad homes. I need to put it in a phrase. So from what the main idea of this to me is that frogs and toads live in many places. So I'm going to write frogs and toads live in many places. So now that is great that I was able to come up with that, but we know we need to have supporting details. So some things that to support this is that they live almost everywhere except where it's really cold. Live almost everywhere except for really cold places. I also learned that some live in holes in the ground. It also that some live in ponds, in lakes. Some live inside flowers. Or logs. And some even live in trees. So do you see, readers, how I was able to read my passage, think of the main idea, and then find supporting details from the text that support my main idea. And again, notice how my main idea is not just a topic. It is a phrase with the idea that I got from my reading. Okay? Boxes, bullets. All right. So what you're going to do today is you're going to practice identifying main idea and supporting details with a passage, a nonfiction passage about dolphins. So when you go today, instead of doing your normal reading, you are going to go on the classroom post that this is on, and you are going to click on this story about dolphins. It's actually informational. So it's information about dolphins. And you are going to read the information about dolphins. And then you are going to fill in the main idea and supporting details. Remember, the main idea needs to be not just the topic, it needs to be in a statement or an idea. Okay? So again, today you are going to read your dolphins passage, find and come up with a main idea and details to support your main idea. Okay, so remember, whenever we find main idea, we can use our boxes and bullets strategy to organize that. Okay, boxes and bullets is another text structure for main idea and supporting details. Off you go, researchers.